So, when I stopped looking at things from a child's perspective and looked at everything from a mother's perspective, I absolutely called God out on the carpet, as though he was standing right in front of me, as though I was the wife. So you decided to make children without my permission, evidently. And then you left them alone with exactly the thing they should not have. And then, now what, the children are to blame? Because you took a nap after you created them without permission, without the mother present. Men were not designed to be the mother for a reason. There's a reason why men cannot carry children. You're the spare tire. Understand that in the scheme of things, a female body can mutate to the point, like when the body knows that it's not safe, it mutates. Just like in amphibians, frogs. There are certain animals, whether it's reptilian or mammal, nature hermiates when it has been exposed to stress, and then nature also will mutate to be, the female mutates to be able to create offspring on her own, thus creating an entire new species of being on a scientific level. And that's where we're at on the science. Like, everybody's so busy being shallow, but that's because you're taught to be that. Like, it's been a requirement in today's world. And so this is how I recognize that religion has been lying to people the whole time. No matter what the true story is, what's been going on is children have been left unattended. And this is why there's chaos on the planet right now. Children are running amok, doing whatever they want. Government systems, the whole Big Brother term. Yeah, Big Brother's doing whatever he wants. That's not allowed. Like, no matter what people think, there are absolute quantum rules about these things. And so, it's sad how one bad apple ruins it for the rest of the barrel. And so this is exactly what's going to be playing out on the planet as well. It all goes away. Which, like, in my house, that's going to make it pretty easy. Like, it all goes away. So eventually I will be packing it up and hauling it off when I figure out where it's supposed to go. And in this, like, as I do this, like, nature aligns and notice how fast the offloading is going. So people need to recognize where we're at in things. Humanity has gone too far when mothers are not allowed to be mothers. When the family unit is no longer a priority in the society of things. People want, like, okay, the conspiracies are true in that they have already happened. Where we're at is, what are we going to do about that? Are we going to continue to go along with the current construct of things, or are we going to make it the way it was meant to be, the way it's supposed to be? And so this is where we decide what that looks like instead of letting other people tell us what that looks like. It's not a religious thing. It's a humane thing. And the joke is that you are taught that you are being humane because you're human, when it doesn't mean that you're entitled to that, because most people are doing terrible things and then excusing it because everybody else is doing something worse. And so this is where it's time for people to stop and look in the mirror. Are you what you say you are, or are you just thinking that's what you are? We say a lot of things because that's what we want to be. But if you're not observing that your actions are not lining up with your words, then it's time to take a look at that. No, we don't want to be the bad guy. But what people need to realize is that you've been mentally duped by a system that needed you to participate in their systemic abuse against other citizens. Things were never supposed to be this way. And it's time to get things back on track. America is off the rails and should not be allowed to participate in anything until they get things back on track. Same with every other country, because I see most countries are out of alignment in the same areas. If you are not taking care of your citizens, what are you doing? If you are not educating your children, what are you doing? If you are not feeding your people, what are you doing? And so the fact that you thought nobody was going to hold you accountable for your actions speaks, like, your actions speak louder than words. Doesn't matter what you say at this point. You are not a reliable witness in your own case. Your actions have already proven you. And so this is where nobody's even been in control of their own decisions, because somebody's been playing around with the God box up inside people's heads, leading them in all sorts of directions. People were never supposed to be in the rabbit holes. Who even left the gate open? And therein lies the true problem on the planet. Somebody absolutely needs to police that situation. And everybody will soon catch up. But recognize absolutely everything changes. And I absolutely know that people are not going to be happy with me. But when children and innocent people are the ones that get to pay for your decisions, and then you excuse it because it was nothing to you, you're going to get to find out how wrong you were. Men have been allowed to sexualize children and disregard women in so many ways. And the people that are supposed to really be handling that are participating in it. And it is hugely on record. Evidently, if being a peace officer is so mentally depreciating that officers are being led so far off the path of decent human being, maybe humans shouldn't be doing that job. If anything is so traumatic that it puts one in that state of mind, maybe that's not the job for you. Maybe that's not the job for humans. And so arrangements have been made. And it is in people's best interests that AI do these jobs. Why? Look what it's doing to humanity. Look what it's doing to the people. Recognize that you're unhappy at being displaced. But what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And so it will be the ones that were causing harm or driven to it that will lose their jobs first. And so there's an order to things. I didn't choose the order. I'm just delivering the message. And so people have to know that a higher order has been called, and now because of other people's wrongdoings, things are going to get strict for us all for a while. And, you know, if people had behaved in the first place, then this wouldn't have had to be done. Bottom line, if you can't hold yourself in check, then somebody has to do it for you. When other beings are controlling everybody else via manipulation tactics and a long-time scam, you know, even the Wizard of Oz got found out and he had to shut his shit down too. Notice there was not a part 2. And so understand that hell's come to breakfast, and the people that have been getting away with things for a very long time, the reason why they're running is because they know that it's time to weigh them in. And they know that there is a day of reckoning. Because that was written. And so, you know, if you feel Judgment Day is coming, then you are probably right.